wonderful learning individuals. How are you all doing today? It's so great to have you here. Thank you also so much for pressing the play button. I am Johnny, your host with HomeCountry Mathematics. Now, let us learn some math together, shall we? Okay, guys and gals, again, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for stopping by, learning along with the channel. This is so great. You know I love it. All right, we're on Unit A. The section or topic is Extra Practice and Review. Let's do this. All right, excuse me, guys and gals. We're continuing on with substitution. Evaluate each expression. All right, I want to do this. Why not? Yes, perfect. What is next? We are doing this. Here is the new fun challenge. Substitution, right? Definition of substitution. In mathematics, substitution is the process of replacing a variable in an expression or equation with a specific value. All right. These are our specific values. Okay, let's write this down. B X, again, remember, guys and gals, a variable beside a variable, or even a whole number beside a variable, implies or infers multiplication. All right. Let us continue. B times X plus A times N. Same thing. Now we substitute. B is 5. I'm going to use parentheses for my multiplication. What is X? X is 4. Close bracket, plus A is 2. Bracket, because again, we're multiplying, times 10. N is 10. Now we solve, okay? Now, here's a tip. This addition symbol, that's our very final step, right? Correct, guys and gals? In BEDMAS here. All right? Our final step is addition subtraction. So we can actually look at these as a left-hand side and a right-hand side, or a left-hand neighborhood, left side neighborhood, and a right side neighborhood, however you want to look at it. Now we have two independent items, or things, or objects. One on the left side, one on the right side. I do this just so that you guys and gals can get have the ease of mind and for clarity reasons, okay? So we can solve the left-hand side. Again, it's simple. What are we doing here? We're multiplying, right? Same thing with the right-hand side. It's a multiplication step. So we could actually do them both at the same time and also independently of each other. Let us continue. Ye must have the multiplication and or times table memorized. Again, it's going to help you grind out all your fun challenges quickly, effectively, efficiently, and also with confidence. Good luck in your studies. 5 times 4 is 20. We still have our addition, so our left-hand side's done. Now let's do our right-hand side. Simple math. 2 times 1 is 2. Just bring down the 0, and we're done. So now we're on step 3. Okay, this is step 2. This is step 2. Our final answer is we're essentially doubling the 20s, and our final answer is 40. Or at least it should be. Hopefully, I didn't mess up anywhere. All right. Good job. Let's continue. Again, I always suggest the more you do, the better you're going to get. You truly will. Simple or basic algebra is the foundation to future mathematics as you kind of go from year to year. All right? If you get this down or fully understood, you will be so successful in mathematics in your future. Let's go. Okay, we have x squared subtract 4 times n. Okay, should make that look like an n if I can. There we go, perfect. Substitution. I always like to use rounded brackets or parentheses whenever I have an exponent. What is x? X is 4. Another quick tip is to, once you do your substitution, have a quick check to make sure or double check that you have substituted the correct values. It's so easy to overlook stuff and make simple mistakes. Maybe somebody distracted you, dropped their eraser on the floor or something, or who knows, right? It does not hurt to double check. Okay, x is 4. Okay, perfect. That's squared. All right. Subtract 4 times n. N is 10. There we go. Same concepts, guys and gals, right? We have a left-hand side and a right-hand side. We can solve them independently of each other. Left-hand side and a right-hand side. Again, the subtraction is the very last step. Let's solve. Knowing your times table, you know the perfect squares. 4 squared is 16. Subtract. 4 times 10, well, that's easy. 4 times 1 is 4. And whatever zero's there, just bring it on down, because you're the next contestant. What the? That was the wrong one. Okay, here we go again. So now we're back down to integers, okay? Fully understanding integers. What we have here is a plus 16. I do all the repetition because repetition's great for memory. All right, subtract 1 times 40. This is the hidden step that not everybody knows about. It's a negative 1 times 40. All right? So this means this subtraction sign is owned by the 40. Okay, whatever's to the right of it. The reason it owns that subtraction is because it's -1 times 40. That's how the ownership happens. Excuse me, guys, my throat. One sec. All right, thank you for your patience. I had to clear my throat. Okay, so yeah, you understand? Perfect. So with that said, we have here a positive 16 and a -40. We have two numbers, or two integers, two whole numbers, okay? Now, I always look at these and go, okay, which one's the larger value? I look at the value, just ignore the signs. 40 is greater than 16, right? We know this in a numerical sense, right? So because the 40 owns that negative, and we're only doing 16 jumps, that means we're still going to be in the negative. All right, you understand? So my final answer, I know, is going to be a negative, based on this concept, right? It's all about jumps for me. Now, I'm -40, right? Let's say I started -40. Remember, negative is left jumps, and positive is right jumps, okay? Negative is left jumps. That's the other thing I have to also quickly mention, right? I'll say this again. And I noticed that I was saying words, I don't know. Anyways, I want to correct myself. So, all positive values increase to the right infinitely, not exponentially, infinitely. That's the word I meant to use, infinitely. Same thing with negative numbers. They increase going left in a negative sense and infinitely. Now, if I started solving this in the -40, -40 is going to be way down here. Of course, I've run out of room. I could continue this, I don't know, somehow. If I printed it off, I could have something that's the size of a school desk, or the teacher's desk, or maybe the floor of the schoolroom. I mean, it could go on forever, right? But my point is, I'm here in the -40, somewhere out here, way out here, actually, way out here. And I need +40 jumps to the right just to get to 0, okay? That's the concept I want you to understand. Because we're only doing 16 jumps, we're still going to be in the negative zone. That makes sense? We're going to be somewhere in here, whatever that works out mathematically. I've already figured out my sign. I know it's going to be a negative. And because I'm going this direction, my negative is getting smaller. Okay? So with that thought, I could actually just simply subtract. This is kind of separate from what we're doing. I could subtract because I already have my sign. I already know my sign. I could just subtract. I know I'm making my numbers smaller. Okay, I get a borrow. That's going to be 10. This is 4. And 3 take away 1 is 2. So, that's just doing the quick subtraction. My answer is going to be -24. And let's go like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. I hope that helps a lot. I want you, again, algebra, there's going to be integers involved, and you have to have this understanding, right? Once you have this understanding, you're going to easily do this. Again, I believe in all of you. Every single individual that's watching and learning along, we all support you, and you can do this. Let's do another. Okay, where are we here? 3 times b, right? It's 3. This is multiply. Okay. A whole number beside a variable or letter, if you will, implies or infers multiplication. 3b plus 16a subtract 9n. Okay? Now, simplify this in your mind. Immediately go, okay, we have 2 subtractions. These are our last, that's step 3, right? This is step 3. I'm clicking it. I don't know why it won't let me. Okay, that's step 3. All right? Our final step. So you can look at this as independent neighborhoods. All right? We have a neighborhood here, and a neighborhood here. Or an item or an object, however you want to look at it. Okay? There's separation. Let's substitute 3. I'm going to use a rounded bracket. B. B is 5. Close bracket. Plus. Follow the pattern. 16. A. A is 2. Subtract 9. N is 10. Okay, so we could solve this, and we could solve this, and we could solve this, all at the same time and independently of each other. Knowing your times table, 3 times 5 is 15, plus, we're doubling 16, that's 32, subtract, 9 times 1 is 9, just bring down the 0, and we have 90. There we go. So we have a positive 15, right? We don't need to write positive, but we know it is. Again, negatives, if I write a negative 17, that's being explicit. Okay? So, because I have 2 positives, I'm also add them together. Right? I know it's just like doing adding, right? I can add 2 positive numbers together. I'm gonna get a larger value, right? Correct? So, 32 plus 15, that's 7 and 4, 47. Okay, there we go. We got this done. But don't forget your negative 90. Okay, that still exists. We haven't done anything yet. It was just kind of waiting and hanging out. So we're left with a positive 47, right? And we have 2 whole numbers. One's a positive and one's a negative. Right? Remember, it's the same thing. Negative 1 times 90. This is the reason why this 90, this whole number 90, owns that negative. Okay, it's a subtraction, but it's also a negative. All right? So again, I'm going to look at value, not the sign, but the value. I can see that 90 is greater than, we know that 90 is greater than 47, correct? Because 90 owns the negative sign, I know my answer is going to be negative. Because I need a positive 90 jumps. A positive 90 jumps just to get to 0. Make sense? Once you get to 0, then you get into the positives. Again, it's infinitely, not exponentially. What was I thinking? So with that said, I could do the subtraction. I already got my sign. I know I'm making 90 smaller. That's why I could subtract. It's going to be greater than 50. I know 50, if I go 50, that leaves 40. Should be, anyways, let's figure it out. 8. I have to borrow. This becomes a 10. 7 and 3 makes 10. So that's a 3. 8 take away 4 is 4. My final answer is negative 43. Again, hopefully I didn't mess up anywhere, and we are golden. How are we doing for time? We're at that time again. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to do one more set, another video. Actually, I'll just leave that for now. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you learning along with the channel. You know I do. I really do love it. Thank you so much. You are all so great. I'm Johnny, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now.